wanted to talk about something else, which is,
Hmm.
and I talk about this because I know you do not have this. Android 13 वापरतोय मी सध्या. Basically, so just for a bit of context,
I'm an oldie.
तुझ्याकडं कोणतं व्हर्जन आहे सांग जरा मला. I'm so sorry.
I don't want. By the way, for all of our podcast guys, whoever is
Yeah.
listening or viewing this, I use Android 9, no, 5.
Not gonna lie, that was a really
I'm
good
still
version
good
of
at it.
Android.
Yeah, it was amazing. It is amazing for me right now. Yeah.
I was मी विचारणार होतो की तुझ्याकडं ॲटलिस्ट डबल डिजिट्समध्ये तरी व्हर्जन आहे का, बट या इट इज व्हॉट इट
No,
इज.
no, no, dude.
So this is the next topic, which is Android 13 and the progression of Android, right? So specifically तुझ्याबरोबर हे बोलायचं कारण म्हणजे you have Android 9 and there is a large amount of things that people don't understand about Android. So I'll get to my review of Android 13 in a bit. पण एक प्रश्न विचारायचा होता तुला की using Android 9, do you have nearby share?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the reason why I asked this question is because this is kind of like मी मुद्दामा विचारलंय कारण जी लोक म्हणतात की ॲपल 8 वर्ष अपडेट देतो वगैरे, राईट? सो now Android 9 actually nearby share is available from all devices from Android 6 onwards. So that is a total of what? 7 years, approximately 7 years of Android updates, right? Or rather 7 years of availability. Nearby share is like a Android alternative for AirDrop, ज्यामध्ये स्मार्टफोन जे पूर्वी काय नाव होतं बरं, MI शेअर मी एक होतं आणि शेअर काय वापरायचो आपण, त्याचं नाव विसरलो मी. शेअर इट.
Xander is so famous, right? Yeah, share it.
Share it.
Correct.
So back in the old days, there was this thing called share it, जे वापरायचो आपण to share things to each other. Now the thing is, share it was using the Bluetooth to make a sort of handshake, like basically connect the two devices, आणि मग त्यानंतर Wi-Fi through पाठवायचं. Nearby share is that, but baked into the operating system. And it's a really good alternative. आणि in fact, fun fact, आत्ता जस्ट लाईक लिटरली काल ॲज इन ॲट द टाइम ऑफ रेकॉर्डिंग काल जेव्हा रिलीज होईल इट्स विल बी लाईक वॉट अ वीक ऑर समथिंग ॲट द टाइम ऑफ रिलीज, Google has released their official beta Windows native application for nearby share. So you can now take your smartphone, share something to your laptop and back using nearby share without using a cable. And I am so happy, man. Like there is
Nice.
absolutely भयानक खुश झालो मी. So yeah, so coming back to the point, tell me something about your experience with Android 9 in terms of usability. आता तुझा स्मार्टफोनचे स्पेक्स आणि त्या मानाने त्याचा एक्सपिरियन्स कसा आहे युजेबिलिटी वाईज?
I guess the usability still stands smooth. I didn't think that it would, even with the current apps. Okay. So I have like 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of storage,
Yeah.
and the thing is, as apps like I've been noticing this thing recently, mostly with streaming apps. Uh, as since 2022 or something, those apps have been I would say a fuck up. Sorry guys, but but literally, they get stuck, especially when if you take Hotstar for instance, or Prime
Yeah.
Video or anything really. So that's something I've been noticing for a while now. It cannot handle a lot of apps, and I guess I don't know what is your opinion on, like, what should be the reason for this?
I think it does come down to a certain level of hardware. So, like for example, there is this thing called
Hmm.
DRM, Digital Rights Management or something like that, where basically कॉपीराईटसाठी आहे ते. सो आता जर माझ्या मोबाईलवरती इफ आय ओपन
Okay.
नेटफ्लिक्स अँड आय एम वॉचिंग अ मूवी आणि जर मी स्क्रीनशॉट काढला तर इट विल शो अ ब्लॅक स्क्रीन आणि दॅट इज वॉट DRM डज. हार्डवेअर सपोर्ट लागतो त्याला और स्ट्रीम करायसाठी if you require something like HD, like 1080p 4K स्ट्रीमिंगसाठी there is a certain hardware requirement की तुम्ही जो डेटा त्यांच्या सर्व्हरवर आहे तो त्या फॉर्मॅटमधनं तुमच्या डिव्हाइसला स्ट्रीम करता येईल यासाठी ऑन डिव्हाइस थोडंसं कन्व्हर्जन होतं. आय एम नॉट एंटायरली शुअर अबाउट व्हॉट एक्झॅक्टली द प्रोसेस इज बट इट एक्झिस्ट. सो आय एम प्रिटी शुअर दॅट इज वन ऑफ द रिझन्स वाय एकदम जुन्या डिव्हायसेसवरती हा इश्यू आहे. पण अगेन I feel like it would be so much easier for these companies to try and find a way to circumvent this issue and make it compatible on at least Android 10, at least, right? On devices with Android 10. पण
True.
आता ते वाईड वाईन L1 म्हणून जे सर्टिफिकेशन लागतं फॉर आय थिंक 4K स्ट्रीमिंग, so native 4K streaming, so that is there. Actually, like this is a bit of a hot take, but smartphone worthy 1080p is more than sufficient in my opinion.
A lot.
But like, logically speaking, the DPI matters more than the resolution of the screen. DPI म्हणजे पिक्सल डेन्सिटी जे आहे, डिस्प्ले पिक्सल्स पर इंच जे असतं. सो बेसिकली एका इंचच्या स्क्वेअरमध्ये किती पिक्सल्स आहेत तुमच्या स्क्रीनवरती हे तुमच्या स्क्रीनच्या क्वालिटीवर ठरतं. आणि स्क्रीन म्हणजे द इंटरनल स्क्रीन. सो फॉर द पीपल हू आर वॉचिंग समथिंग लाईक से हा जो माझा मोबाईल आहे, सो इन दिस स्क्रीन there is a certain number of pixels in 1 inch square on the screen. That the number of pixels changes based on how good of a screen it is. The more pixels, the better the image. So your viewing experience actually improves even if you have a 1080p resolution screen with a higher DPI. And sorry, not a higher DPI, PPI, pixel per inch. So that is something that is also being ignored by everyone. So to answer your question, I think it is a large issue with the hardware support. Not gonna deny that, but yeah, companies need to a certain extent. I mean, I understand their concern. They want it to work smoothly. Experience चांगला पाहिजे. यासाठी they want the base minimum requirement to be a bit higher so that a larger number of people can enjoy watching it without a lot of issues. So I get that. So I think that is one of the things. So I guess that answers the issue.
Google has been experimenting a lot, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes it feels like a few things are added and removed for no reason at all.
It's funny that you mention experimenting because Googleचा डायलर जो आहे बिल्ट इन स्टॉक अँड्रॉइडसाठी जो डायलर येतो, आय थिंक ऑल स्मार्टफोन्स अँड्रॉइड स्मार्टफोन्स हॅव दिस नाव. सो त्याला फोन चालू असला की पूर्वी कॉन्व्हर्सेशन बबल जशी यायचे फेसबुक मेसेंजरला तसा एक छोटासा बबल इफ यू मिनिमाइज इट गोज टू द राईट ऑर द लेफ्ट आणि इफ यू टॅप ऑन इट यू गेट अ फ्यू ऑप्शन्स, एंड कॉल, हँग, सॉरी होल्ड, म्यूट आणि आय थिंक ओपन अप और समथिंग लाईक दॅट. So now it's like iOS where it goes on to the top of the screen. छोटा chip येतो एक असा टॉपला आणि it is infuriating because the point of the bubble was that I can do something else, tap on the bubble and mute, tap on the bubble or hang up, something like that. Now I have to tap on the chip, it will open the call screen then and the chip is on top. So again, for reference, this is a phone. When I'm on a call, I'm using it like this. So I don't want to go up here, then tap on the chip and then have to speak. I'd rather have it somewhere at the mid where I tap on it, then get the option. And I don't know why Google does this. And हे सारखं करतं. Every 3-4 months they change the experience. मला मागच्या महिन्यात ते चिप आलं परत 2 आठवड्यानंतर रेग्युलर बबल आला, परत दुसऱ्या दिवशी अचानक हे आलं. लाईक काय आहे, लाईक आय डिडंट इवन एनरोल फॉर द बीटा, राईट?
Yeah.
I don't know why this exists. I don't know why Google can't settle on this. In fact, even worse is Google Assistant. Like, असिस्टंटला बेसिक गोष्टी इंटरनेटला कनेक्ट केल्याशिवाय करता येत, बेसिक गोष्टी which I don't I mean, call someone. मी म्हटलं call Sujay.
Yes. Totally.
I can't do it because I'm not connected to them. अरे,
Totally not.
like, what is this stupidity?
I guess even opening an app, I don't know if it works now or not. For some
No, it
good
doesn't.
amount of time, I know it still doesn't. Wow, nice. I haven't tried Google Assistant since a long time, by the way.
Good.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So like it never used. It's like I don't understand what is the need here. Why do you need internet, right? I mean, I guess it was dependent on something, previously. I have no idea how Google Assistant, like what it depends on, but I guess it doesn't have its own, hard encoded contexts, I guess. Something we spoke about earlier.
Yeah.
Chat.
See, my
stuff,
issue with this thing, which is like they mentioned की voice model जे आहे त्याचा size मोठा असतो, so not all devices can. Then give us the option to download it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Like,
see, if you are shipping an app, right, you should ship something with that, like voice model or whatever the fuck it is. Okay, I mean, the whole point of that application, that product is ki you ought to be able to use it. So there's no point ki you have to do it individually or separately. Yeah, I mean, it's not a world we live in right now. Yeah, there used to be times, we used to download so many. Even to play PUBG, we used to have that file. I don't remember what, but yeah, you used to have that.
OBB file होती है, I guess.
Yeah, yes, correct. I don't think that is required in current era, especially with amazing phones, dude. I mean, एवढं रॅम असताना एवढं स्पेस असताना काय, there's no reason to give that reason.
आणि what infuriates me more is आता प्रत्येक डिव्हाइस वरती आता MIUI फॉर एक्झाम्पल हॅज अ डिफरंट साईज 10-12 GB चा सिस्टम आहे. ऑन सॅमसंग इट इज मे बी 30. माझ्या याच्यावरती 20-21 कधी दाखवतं, कधी 10-12 वेगवेगळ्या रॉमच्या साईजवर आणि ह्याच्यावरती असते अवलंबून होते. माय थिंग इज इफ आय हॅव अ सर्टन अमाऊंट ऑफ डेटा एनिवे, तू म्हणलास तसं वी हॅव बेटर डिव्हाइसेस, सो इवन स्टोरेजचा इश्यू आहे. ठीक आहे, समर का मोबाईल आहे ज्याला की 64 इंटरनल स्टोरेज आहे आणि इट हॅज अ लेस अमाऊंट ऑफ रॅम, सो अशा गोष्टी मे बी एक्झिक्यूट करता येणार, मे बी. सो इन दॅट केस ओके, ऑप्शन तर द्या. अँड वी स्टिल हॅव इट, लाईक गुगल पिक्सेलवरती या गुगलचा जो रेकॉर्डर ॲप आहे त्याला यू हॅव दी ऑप्शन टू ट्रान्स्क्रिप्ट व्हॉट यू आर सेइंग. सो मी जर बोलत असताना इफ आय एम स्पीकिंग इन इंग्लिश, it has automatic transcription and it's a really cool feature. And what they do is they have a really cool way to like separate speakers now. So me record करतो आपलं आणि say I'm using the recorder app. So तू बोलायला लागलास की it automatically cuts off where I stopped and adds speaker 2. And it is so cool कारण की मला सबटायटलिंग करायचं असेल, काय करायचं, it is so beautiful. But you need to download a voice model for that, and I understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
The reason for that is, like, first of all, that is what we call speaker diarization. Okay, I worked on it for like 1.5 years. Okay, that's something I worked on in my research, by the way. So what I want to say is that was actually introduced by Microsoft Teams, actually. Way back, the transcription and even speakers, speaker context, like identifying speakers, as you say, like for specific speech intervals. That was way back, and the reason behind that is they use large language models these days. Okay, they've been relying on a lot of deep learning. The basic
Mhm.
form of that speaker diarization relies on not data actually. It relies on a good amount of speech processing modules, and
I see.
they are heavy as fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
So doing that, even in simple programs, we used to face a lot of hurdles with so large models. So
Mhm.
I guess the the fact that they are managing it right now, that's amazing, to be honest. Even in that minimal space. I mean,
Yeah.
I understand from the perspective of a user, it's a little uh, infuriating, as you said, but I guess it'll take some time, and I don't think
True.
moving forward, I don't think models, language models, or any kind of dependencies as such would be an issue. We have good amount of network speeds, a lot of
Mm.
storage, a lot of too many resources really. Okay, so
Yeah.
people have been pushing up a lot of their new ideas, new products. Actually, this has existed since like 10 years now. Okay,
Yeah.
in reality, as a concept, and it's like right now that they are pushing it in that so that you can use it. So that's the
Yeah.
thing about it. As we move forward, we'll get these new things, but yes, you will have to face some issues initially.
True. I
Yeah.
see my problem with this. I agree. मी आता
Hmm.
बरीच वर्ष बीटा टेस्टिंग वगैरे मध्ये होतो. Like everything anything I like, I join beta testing for. But even people who are not joining the beta tests are still being subjected to A/B testing. A/B testing म्हणजे for the
Yes.
audience. A/B टेस्टिंग कसं असतं की मी आता एक फीचर रोल आउट करतोय. सो से फॉर एक्झाम्पल हाच गुगल रेकॉर्डरचा जो फीचर आहे स्पीकरचा. सो मी सगळ्यांना एकाच वेळी रिलीज करेन. इन ऑर्डर टू टेस्ट अ स्मॉल नंबर ऑफ पीपल फर्स्ट त्यांच्या डिव्हाइसवर कसा चालतो असं हळूहळू वाढवत जातं. सो दॅट इज वर A/B टेस्टिंग कम्स. वेर ए इज वन सेट ऑफ डिव्हाइसेस, बी इज अनदर सेट ऑफ डिव्हाइसेस, आणि मग ए करायचा आधी एला काय वाटतं बघायचं, बीला वेगळ्या पद्धतीने जरा इम्प्लिमेंट करायचं आणि त्यांच्या ह्याच्यावरनं आपण मर्ज करायचं चांगलं काय जे असेल ते. माय प्रॉब्लेम विथ दिस इज this should only exist for people who opted in for beta, right?
Hmm.
So even my mom, she has a Moto G60 or 16 or something like that,
Oh.
and
Yeah.
she does not have any beta testing. I gave her a
Hmm.
Moto because it has stock Android. So for some
Yes.
weird reason, Google is also introducing the beta testing experiments on her device.
Hmm.
And that is what infuriates me. कारण it doesn't make
Oh,
sense की
nice.
मी ऑप्ट इन तरी करू द्या म्हणून. So it is a bit of a you know problem in that sense.
Hmm. I guess they can, in simplest terms, rather than introducing just beta testing or telling that to people, they can introduce some modes maybe, you know, in a way that people would love to experience the experiments,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
on the basis of what they love. Okay, I mean, Google has been pushing a lot of stuff. I don't know,
Yeah.
I have no idea really. There's a lot.
Yeah.
So
They've
in
killed off a
that
lot
way,
of
what
stuff
we
as
can
well.
do is way too many, way too many. They've tried, experimented, killed. They've been doing that. Yeah, but the part is like when it comes to stock Android or any
Yeah.
UI or any kind of what we can really think about is a way to standardize some modes or something that can help users to decide on like what they want from their phones. It
Hmm.
confuses the hell out of people
Yeah.
who don't have a single idea what they if they want
Yeah.
anything extra on their phones. So it's easier, standardizing that would help people and even companies to decide on what to push and what to not.
That is a very good point actually. Now that I think about it,
Hmm.
simple example. Vivaldi browser मी वापरत होतो कितीतरी वेळ. it had, when you install it and when you're setting it up, it has three modes. It has the standard mode, the default mode. We have less like just basic browsing साठीचा mode आहे त्यांचा, and then we have
Correct.
a more enthusiast mode. So Vivaldi has a lot of customization वगैरे. So balanced mode is good browsing, good ad blocking वगैरे वगैरे. बेसिक ब्राउझिंग मोडमध्ये फक्त ॲड ब्लॉकिंग आणि सम बेसिक स्टफ, अँड एन्थुसियास्टमध्ये यू कॅन कस्टमाइज एव्हरीथिंग, मल्टिपल टॅब्स, टॅग्स वगैरे.
Exactly.
सो
Exactly.
या, सो युअर पॉईंट मेक सेन्स फॉर अँड्रॉइड. फॉर एक्झाम्पल सेटअप प्रोसेसमध्येच यू कॅन आस्क दी युजर की बाबा व्हॉट काइंड ऑफ युसेज डू यू यूज युअर स्मार्टफोन फॉर
Yeah.
जस्ट दिस, or do you want a more creative usage of your smartphone?
It takes a simple questionnaire, right? I mean, you don't
Yeah.
have to do a lot.
Yeah.
And the thing is, ki it can even recommend things. Let's say you are a tech enthusiast. Okay, so maybe if you like some specific, set of things in tech, maybe you like, speech. Someone likes images, image processing stuff, or someone likes something else. I don't know, artificial intelligence apps or anything really, generative AI, whatever. So they can even define those set of apps, maybe whatever is available to be shipped from, through that operating system. That's something that can help a lot of users, and I guess it can make sense for ease of use. I mean, I don't want to have useless apps on my phone for no reason at all. Okay, I don't even
Yeah.
want to experiment. So why would I go? Or even if I want to experiment, I want to experiment with a fixed set of apps which makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know about something else, right? That's something I guess would be great to see.
True. The more I think about your idea, the more new ideas come to mind. Like
Yeah.
सेटअप करताना आता म्हटलं तसं बेसिक आणि फुल एक्सपिरियन्स और समथिंग लाईक द ऑप्शन देऊ शकतोच. बेसिक शुड बी वॉट शुड बी इन्स्टॉल्ड ऑन द डिव्हाइस, आणि फुलसाठी त्या केसमध्ये मे बी यू कॅन से की हां ठीक आहे, यू कॅन डाउनलोड अ लिटल बिट ऑफ एन एक्सटेन्शन पॅक और समथिंग लाईक दॅट. मे बी,
Yeah.
I don't think that is
Totally.
necessary, but ठीक आहे, maybe. Also अजून एक तुझे म्हणलास which I find really interesting, which is it should also be something we can change. Like त्यामध्ये तीन मोड ठेवू शकतो, like बेसिक अँड फुल पॅक, आणि ॲपचं तुझे म्हणलास. सो MIUI फॉर एक्झाम्पल और सॅमसंगचं वन UI, there's a lot of bloatware. अँड सॅमसंगच्या केसमध्ये बाकी फालतूगिरी कमी स्वतःचेच त्यांचे ॲप्स ठीक आहेत, जस्ट लाईक ॲपलचं वेदर ॲप आहे, त्यांचं मेल ॲप आहे, त्यांचं ह्याचा ॲप त्याचा ॲप काय द्यायच्या उमेद सगळं आहे त्यांचं. सो देर शुड बी अ बेस मोड लाईक जस्ट नथिंग एल्स, जस्ट द इसेन्शियल.
Exactly.
आणि दॅट इज ठीक आहे. यू वॉन्ट दी फुल एक्सपिरियन्सचा बाय डिफॉल्ट तुम्ही सिलेक्ट करा, आणि तुम्ही म्हणा की इफ यू डोंट वॉन्ट द फुल एक्सपिरियन्स यू कॅन टॅप ऑन द लेफ्ट ऑप्शन. ते पण ठीक आहे. इट इज अ बिट कन्झ्युमर रिस्ट्रिक्टिव्ह. यू आर नॉट प्रो कन्झ्युमर इन दॅट केस इफ यू आर बाय डिफॉल्ट सिलेक्टिंग युअर ओन ऑप्शन. पण आय स्टील अंडरस्टँड ॲटलिस्ट ऑप्शन असणं गरजेचं आहे. सो
Exactly.
this is a really good idea, man. Like, I cannot
Yeah.
I cannot explain how much I'm happy by this particular idea.
Yeah.